Original.
Hello and welcome to Web Crawlers. This is our mailbag episode where we read your emails, play your voicemails, and read your reviews. I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Stettin.
And I'm producer Maria.
Let's see if we have any emails. Okay, here's one. Very short and sweet from Carrie. Red Lobster not owned by Darden anymore. It's now owned by Golden Gate Capital.
Oh.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, you know what to invest in, I guess.
Seriously. Here's another one by Allison, not me, another Allison, entitled Most Recent Mailbag. Hey, ladies, more recent listener, second-time emailer. So I'm listening to the most recent mailbag episode and have some thoughts. 1, I love Jeb. He reminds me a lot of my family, very country. We love Jeb, too.
We do.
2, pet psychics. I don't know if I want a pet psychic around my dog. The dog knows too much and has too many of my secrets. Who knows what she would sell a psychic?
Yeah.
If you listen to our pet psychic episode with Jessica Lanyado, my dog reveals a lot.
Oh, yes.
It's pretty. My dog gets dark.
Oh my God, we should have her back on to do Dolly.
Yes.
Oh, we got to. Oh, I'll reach out to her because my new dog Dolly is holding some trauma or something that we need to discuss. 3, bathroom doors. The floor to ceiling doors make me nervous. Me too.
No.
If I can't see below the door, how do I know I'm not walking in on someone that's already in the stall? Okay. Not much embarrasses me, but that does. That is embarrassing. I also like the doors that have the little sign vacant, not vacant.
Oh, it's the
kind
best.
of like
Love
I
those.
love that too. Like
every
in
door
malls.
should have that. Every bathroom door should have that. There is no reason
And
any bathroom
door.
door shouldn't. Yes.
Every door in general. Front
To
doors.
know
So
if
you
someone's
know
going to be
someone's
in there.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, every door in general. You walk into someone's like office, bedroom, just so you know.
Yeah.
Kitchen. I blah blah
door.
blah. Like porta potties or Buc-ee's.
Porta
Google it.
potty?
It's
Oh, porta.
porta potties.
You said porta potty.
You know what? Maybe.
But porta
maybe you're
potty
just
sounds
not
like
listening.
a cool. No, you said porta potty.
Along came Polly.
That sounds like a cool TV show.
But then she says something called Buc-ee's or Buc-ee's. Google it. It's this really amazing truck stop, rest stop, souvenir shop here in Texas. They advertise how clean their bathrooms are from 100 miles away with billboards with a beaver.
I appreciate that.
Me too. Buc-ee's is a chain of convenience stores and gas stations with 39 locations in Texas, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida.
Like advertising that you have a clean public restroom.
Oh my God,
is
their
genius.
log line is literally Buc-ee's is a chain of travel centers known for their clean bathrooms and
Love
many
it.
fueling positions.
That's perfect.
Love
What whoever thought of that needs to get over to Dippin' Dots is what they need to do, because that's exactly
Clean that place up.
because that's the kind of forethought we
Yes.
need. That's right.
That's the kind of attention to detail that
Exactly.
Dippin' Dots needs.
Exactly.
That's so true. That's actually like, honestly, I can't think. If you're on the road, what's the one thing you're thinking of? I need a clean bathroom.
Yep.
And they've capitalized. I bet they. And if they have a rule like you have to buy one thing to use the bathroom, they are making bank.
Sure.
Yeah.
You
That's,
know?
I'll buy a bottle of water. Sure.
Yeah, you'll need it later down the road. Literally, you'll need your water down the road. Get it at Buc-ee's.
To pee in. So you don't have
Exactly.
to use those other gross bathrooms.
Oh my God. I during quarantine peed in a water bottle.
Okay, why?
In the
Where?
car with my parents.
How?
My parents
Why?
were in the front seat and I was in the back seat and I peed in it
But
wasn't really a
how?
water bottle. It was
Yeah,
more
how
a
did
cup.
you get it in there?
Okay, a cup.
I was wearing, I peed all over myself is the answer. We were
You
looking
can't
at
pee in a bottle if
houses.
you're a female. You can't.
We were looking at houses and this was in like the height of Corona where like people were afraid to like get out of the car
Yeah.
or use. That being said, I was about to go to an open house, so I'm sure I could have used the bathroom there.
Yes.
But I was still, I'm like getting
Yeah.
embarrassed to use public bathrooms. I had to pee so badly. And there was a cup in the car and I'm wearing a dress. And I said, Mom and Dad, I'm so sorry. We have to pull over. I have to pee. And my dad was like, this is disgusting. I'm not going to like, you're my daughter. I'm not going to like you can't pee. And my mom was like, if she's got to go, she's got to go. So I lifted up my skirt and I peed in a cup in the back seat. And then I dumped the pee on the side of the road.
Wow.
That's okay.
It's a lot.
That's fine. That's fine.
And that's me.
That's fine.
And I also couldn't wipe. There weren't any tissues.
You just had,
Do you had a dress
Melissa,
on?
do you want to read this town serial killer one? I don't like long emails. I can't read.
Yes, 2 paragraphs. Hometown woman serial killer and podcast.
2 short
synchronicity.
paragraphs.
Hey, web crawlers, just listen to the last podcast, and I wanted to write in about the woman serial killer that was in my town. Her name is Elizabeth Wetlaufer, and she was a nurse in the long-term care system that overdosed her victims on insulin and watched them die. She was fired from one nursing home in London, Ontario for mishandling the medicine cabinet and was rehired at a home in my hometown of Woodstock, Ontario. She was never caught, but either quit or was fired, and she confessed to her therapist in Toronto, and she was arrested. Do therapists?
Oh my God.
I guess if you say a crime to a therapist, they report you, right?
I don't think you're allowed to. I think it's only if you're going to commit a crime again. I think it's only if you're planning on committing a crime again. Otherwise, I think it's, I don't know.
It's for
I
sure
should look
a
into
crime
that.
against children. I believe the therapist, if a child is in danger, I think a therapist has to report that. But if you're like, I'm going to go smoke some weed. I mean, weed isn't really a crime.
Smoke some weed. 911.
Excuse me. My patient's
crime I
gonna
thought
smoke
of.
some grass.
Oh boy. My spouse had a slight brush with her. She would volunteer for our church's vacation Bible school, and Elizabeth Wetlaufer dropped off and signed in some kids over a few summers. Anyways, a synchronicity. I started listening to the pod right after Hollywood Crime Scene recommended the Flat Earth episode. Oh, thank you, ladies, which was handled very well. Started listening from the beginning. Early on, you were asking for stories of hometown or woman serial killers, and I thought, damn, I got one that's both. I'll write it once I catch up with the pod. Last week, production started up at work, and I listened while I work, so I was able to catch right up with episodes as of yesterday, which is when the last episode dropped, making my story relevant again. I don't know if that's anything. Are we living in a world? La la la, Chris.
I'm seeing a lot of conflicting information about this therapist thing.
Oh.
So if you are a therapist, I would love for you to call in and let us know if you do have to, because I thought it was if it's a past crime, you don't have to tell. But if it's against a kid or something, yeah, you probably do. But if you're going to commit a future crime, then you do have to tell. But then I'm hearing both things here. So if you're a psychologist, therapist, psychiatrist, or a cop,
the protocol?
Please let us know.
What's the ghost protocol?
Yeah.
Highway Crawler sent a DM a while ago, mentioned Bruce MacArthur. He's a serial killer who was active in Toronto for decades. He killed gay men in the Village in Toronto. Also want to say that serial killer Karla Homolka, who you mentioned on the pod, is now free from jail after she was given a lesser sentence.
Uh-oh.
Her crimes are horrifying and she is a terrible person. Fun fact, my husband's father was a witness in that trial.
What?
Karla Homolka.
I talked about her briefly. She killed and raped with her
With her
husband.
boyfriend.
Yeah. Well, they were married. He put a ring on it.
After 12 years in prison, during July of 2005, Homolka was released because she was still
The
considered
Ken
dangerous.
and Barbie killers.
Yeah. In 2006, Homolka tried to have her name changed for anonymity purposes. However, her request was denied. In 2007, she gave birth to a baby boy, but social services did not intend to automatically scrutinize her because of her past. For a while, she worked and volunteered at the school where her 2 children
She
attended.
raped and killed children, and then she's allowed to volunteer. How is that possible? She's not a sexual
predator?
She doesn't have a sexual offender thing where she's not allowed to go near schools?
Infamous serial killer Karla Homolka is roaming free in Canada and people are furious. She has not been placed on the National Sex Offenders Registry. There's a picture of her volunteering at a school in Montreal.
She killed and raped minors. How is she not on the registry? There's people who have done much less who are on the registry. We should do a full episode on her.
Yeah, because didn't they kill like her sister or something? Like something fucked up. All right, let's get into these voicemails.
Wait, you missed the second one from this person, which is really crazy and like a psychic dream. I'll read it from the same person. Oh my God, I'll take charge here. Oh my God, I totally forgot. I have a crazy dream story for you. My husband had a dream that his brother was in an avalanche. And he woke up so scared that he felt he had to call his brother and ask him to be careful. His brother was going snowboarding in the backcountry a lot at the time. No. That day, he took his avalanche safety stuff. What that means, I don't know. And he was caught in a fucking avalanche that day. My husband's dream saved his life.
Wow.
Wild, right?
Yeah, that is wild.
What's your
crazy.
avalanche kit stuff? It's probably like a shovel, I would imagine, like a mini shovel to try to dig yourself out.
And like a heat lamp.
Oh.
It's a pickaxe, flares, a shovel,
a flare,
and a radio.
Wow. You should always have an avalanche kit with you no matter what.
Put it in the trunk of your car.
Dig myself out of your bullshit.
Whoa, Jesus.
Wow.
How
Pretty
do you
crazy.
come back from that?
I don't know. Should we play some voicemails?
Hell yeah.
Because we have 1,000 voicemails.
Hey, this is a message for web crawlers. My name's Christine. I'm listening to your Lilydale episodes now.
Ooh.
And I grew up near there, so one, you don't want to buy a house near there. There's literally nothing around. So while the prices are attractive, no one would come to your restaurant because nobody lives out there.
Oh, no.
But it is beautiful. And then just a quick story. I went to Lilydale a couple of years ago after a friend of mine passed, and I wanted to get a medium reading, and the woman was amazing.
Whoa.
So I definitely highly recommend going there. It's just a beautiful place to walk around as well, and you're welcome to do so. I think you have to pay a fee to get in if you're not getting a reading. But it is a really lovely place to spend the day, and definitely check out the mediums there because they said some really freaky stuff that seemed really true. And it's a pretty place, and Casadega Lake is really pretty as well. So maybe buy a vacation home there, but don't make it your full-time residence. All right. Talk to you later.
Okay, good tip.
Good advice.
Melissa, after we're vaccinated, we should 100% go. And Maria, if you're still where you are, maybe we can meet up with you and then all go together. Since Melissa and I will be vaccinated, we'll be safe for you.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Let's do it. Lilydale trip.
Because I'm dying to go. I mean, my mom and I are going to go regardless at some point, but it's been like a dream for 10 years or so for me to go.
Well, we got to go. We go in spring. We'll go in spring.
It is spring.
Yeah. Oh, because I definitely wanted to be warm for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could get readings. Maybe we can even record there or video there. That'd be so awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Just the sounds of Lilydale.
Yeah.
Just the bird chirping.
Yeah. In fact, no interviews, just sounds.
This message is for the web crawlers. It's Kiara again. I call all the time. I'm so sorry, but I was
I love it.
Fell asleep while driving. And good news. Turns out I'm just severely anemic, and I have an infection in my uterus. So we got it all figured out.
Jesus.
But I just finished watching your episode on, I guess not watching, listening to your episode on Lady Gaga's Stolen Dogs. Not completely similar, but I actually had a neighbor steal my cat.
What?
And then he was like, oh yeah, I'll give her back. And then 2 years later, after he had kept her, he brought her to a shelter. So it was really cool.
What?
Wait. How does
I didn't
that
know
happen?
that people stealing pets was so common. Who knows? Boy.
What do you mean? He was like, oh, I'll give it back. Why don't you call the police to get your cat back?
Why didn't you get your
I
cat?
would John Wick that person's house and break
would
in
burn
and be
their
like,
house
sorry,
down.
they have my cat. If someone ever stole Asher, they would not be alive to tell the tale. Sorry.
Wow.
Not saying you didn't do the right thing. Like, we all handle trauma differently, but I would lose it. Sorry.
But I don't understand how you steal a cat and then I need more information is what I need.
I do too, actually. I want more info.
Hey, web crawlers. This is MK. I called a few weeks ago about the alleged people disappearing in parks. Well, they definitely disappeared, but the alleged like cannibals or monsters or whatever was going on up there that had been circulating on TikTok with a mention of somebody whose account had like mysteriously disappeared after she talked about it. And after looking into it a little bit more and seeing some more posts, I just wanted to offer like a slight correction / more information in case you guys were looking into it more. But apparently that's like an urban legend that has kept a lot of people from exploring and visiting and hiking in certain national parks, especially in the Appalachian, I apologize if I'm saying it wrong, region of the United States. And it's most likely just due to these people disappearing from exposure or animal contact or attacks. Speaking of animal contact, my dog is shaking her collar continuously because of work from home. She freaks out whenever I get on the phone. So that's fun. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of add that and then offer up another crazy TikTok thing I saw. There's these kids that have apparently started a commune in Tennessee called The Garden, and like it looks kind of cool, but a lot of people are very concerned because unlike Lilydale and Casadega, which you guys talked about recently, there's no vetting process. They're just letting people in, left and right without really knowing what their intentions are. So I don't know if they've come up on your For You page at all, as I know you are all on TikTok now. And probably have similar interests to what a lot of other web crawlers listeners are listening to that would make it pop up on your page. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, definitely look into The Garden. I think their Instagram is Shut Up and Grow It. And I don't know, I'm a little skeptical on that one. But yeah, just wanted to clarify some of the things going on with the mysterious disappearances in national parks. That seems to just be a unfortunate rumor, but still bizarre that, the government won't tell people how many have disappeared in the parks. But yeah, I love TikTok for all the new mysteries it's introducing us to. So thanks again. Love you guys. Bye.
Oh, fascinating.
Oh my God, Maria's gone from the Zoom. I wonder if she just got abducted into a national park.
Hello, MK again with yet a third addition to my my rant.
I love a triple call.
I said love you guys, bye, in the way that people would say that to like their parent or their partner, which I think was like a self-fulfilling prophecy because I had so many phone calls today and I was like, I'm going to say I love you to somebody that I like in a way that's going to sound weird and freak somebody out on one of my work calls today. So I just want to say that while I do genuinely love you guys, I'm sorry if that came off as like creepy somehow. But I'm glad that you all were on the receiving end of it and not my boss or a client or an interviewee per se. But anyway, just didn't want to sound like a total freak weirdo. Quarantine 1 year anniversary is really getting to me and I need to make new friends and have human contact. Thanks again for all you do and looking into all these fun mysteries. And I really loved especially the Lilydale Casadega episodes recently. And I have been listening to Casadega by Bright Eyes ever since because I kind of forgot that album existed until you mentioned it. And it's so good. So, okay. Thank you for listening to my ramblings and bye.
Love you. Bye. I'm obsessed with our listeners. It's weird that like we somehow got a bunch of listeners who have the exact same personalities as us.
Yeah. It's so crazy.
Like everyone has social anxiety.
Yeah. We all have the same sense of humor. It's so funny.
Weird with social anxiety. I also once said I love you accidentally to a Lyft driver, which was mortifying.
That's really funny.
Wow.
Yeah. I just said, love you. Bye.
Love you. I hate when like someone says, enjoy your movie.
Yeah, enjoy your meal. Yeah, you too.
Yeah,
just delivering
you too.
So I'm not having it.
When I do that.
Have a good flight. You too.
Hi, this is for the web crawlers. This is Alexis. You just did my first ghost story from my house. The next event happened, I was like 17 when this happened. It was like late high school. So I wasn't like a little kid, like a kid anymore. I was like a pretend grown-up kid. I was we had like a finished attic. My stepdad like redid the attic to be like a kind of a rec room. And this attic's like a really big room. It's just huge. I don't need the graphic details. But then it only has like 2 little windows on one wall. So it's just like mostly like wall, 2 windows in the front. But I was sitting up there with my brother. I don't even know what we were doing. It's not important. But we were just like hanging out on like the couch or something. It's nighttime and all the lights in the attic are on. It's probably not important, but all the lights are on. And I just kind of was talking to my brother, and in my peripheral vision, I see like this giant, like black mass, like a huge shadow type thing that almost takes up like practically the whole room, kind of like, or half of it, I guess, go by, like just like sweep across the whole room, and then was like gone. And I just looked over and there was nothing there. And I looked at my brother and I was just like, did you just fucking see that? And he just like nods his head, and we just like sprinted out of the attic because like, what the hell? There was just like, I don't know, there was only 2 windows in the entire place. Anything that would, and we're on like a 3rd floor, anything that would create that type of shadow would have to be like in the room. In the room. I don't know. It was wild. But in that attic, when we were finished, my family was finishing it. Like, we also did find like this super old timey little shoe from like a kid.
Oh no.
And like a really old like bottle of alcohol. So like, I don't know. We collectively have this theory that like some kid was probably like beaten in this house or something. Maybe murdered. We're not sure. It's not important. I had a thought, but then I lost it. But yeah, I guess so then.
I think there might be a part.
Why are so many of our listeners finding old-timey shoes?
Especially just one shoe.
Yeah, why is it always one
shoe?
It's never a good time when there's just one.
This is for the Erios. God damn it. It's Alexis. And I got cut off again. Sorry, I don't know why I'm such a rambler. But, so that's like the end of that last one. But then I'll just tell you the other thing, because it's like not really my story.
Yeah.
So, my house. So the house is like a super old New England home. We're in Massachusetts. So it's like, my house is from like, I don't know, it's built in like the 1800s. So it's old. So it makes sense that all this shit would happen, and maybe at least one old timey child has died there probably. But the other reason why we have this theory that it was that there's a freaky child ghost is because there just is. So sorry, that made no sense. I'm like out of breath for some reason. I just walked up some stairs. But my family kind of like has always owned this house, and different parts of the family have like lived in it over time. Like at one point, my aunt and uncle lived in it way before I did. My brother and I were talking to our older cousin, about this experience, and she was like, "Oh yeah, like that house is of course haunted. I never told you about the little kid that would watch me watch TV."
No,
and I was like, "Excuse me." And apparently, when she was like 5, she was living at that house, and she would like, sit in the living room and watch TV, and there was like regularly just like a little kid, freaky little kid sitting in the corner. And like, I don't know, like I think I believe her, because like, why would she lie about that? And like, clearly this goddamn house is haunted. I don't know. Yeah, my freaky house. I've always wanted to like send a medium there or something.
You should.
But yeah, those are my freaky haunted ghost stories. Bye.
You know what we should do?
Yes.
People like our listeners who think their houses are haunted, we should visit them after quarantine, spend a few hours there, like spend the night, and try to see if we can see a ghost or something, or find a ghost.
Yeah. House call. Web crawlers. House
for
call.
like a Patreon fee or something. Like if they want to like pay us, some money for travel and
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just putting it out there. I'm sure someone would like us to do that.
I agree.
Whatever. I'll do it.
Voicemail.
Hello, this is a message for the web crawlers. Oh, this is my first message. My name is Riley, and I have a weird coincidental situation for y'all. About 4 or 5 days ago, I started getting this really weird throbbing pain in my right arm, and I couldn't explain it. I thought maybe I heard it in yoga or sleeping on it weird. But anyway, meanwhile, President Biden announces that every state needs to prioritize teachers for the vaccine. And in my state, we hadn't been prioritized yet. So I became eligible. I'm teaching in person. And yesterday, I got to go down to a vaccination site with one of my coworkers, and she drove. So she stuck her left arm out the car in the drive-thru, and I stuck out my right arm. And I received the COVID vaccine in my right arm. And it occurred to me that all these like weird aching pains are exactly like the pains you get after you get a shot. But now they were, probably because of the vaccine. I don't know. So either my body can tell the future, there's a glitch in the simulation, I'm not really sure. I'm just super grateful I got the vaccine. But I didn't know who else to tell besides the web crawlers. So let me know what you think. Love, love, love. Love you, girls. Bye.
So she's saying her arm started to hurt before she even got the vaccine?
Yes.
She was probably just like anticipating the pain. It was probably like a fear
weird.
placebo response.
That's weird. That's weird.
Okay, so it's me, the sister of the person I think should date Allie. But
Oh, right. Yeah.
I don't
he's a
think that
girlfriend.
anymore. And also, I do have a name. It's Emma. To that person who wants to be part of the Adderall and 5 Bands Club. I love to just like wait for you guys to say something that's even just a little bit relevant to my life, because I don't have spooky things happen to me. They haven't, nothing, I don't know, just nothing yet. I was listening to the voice memo episode, where like all the people called in about the feral humans. I'm not calling about that. But wouldn't it be fun if I was? Hi, cat. Sorry, my roommate's cat is lonely. Hello. Oh my God, why did I call? Oh, right. Okay, so first of all, I have this thing where like, I like am not strong and I don't work out, but I do think that I have the agility and stamina to beat anyone up. So I think I could take an
I
animal
think so
for sure.
too.
I do too.
But that's based on it's nothing. It's just the blind confidence of like, I don't know, like what white men have when they walk into like a business meeting. It's like, oh, you're squaring up with me, I can take you. Okay, second, I am taking a class in school right now about the like divination in like it's called the Book of Changes or the I Ching. You should look it up.
That's
It's
cool.
very cool. But
I have
basically,
that.
it's like this text that's like based on nature. Oh my God, I really hope I don't go over into a second memo. I haven't talked to anyone
You're
for 4 hours.
you're
My
going to
roommate's
for
been at
sure.
lab.
There's 2 more
So-
messages for her.
But anyway, basically, there's an argument from Carl Jung about the I Ching, which was an ancient text at his time. You know, he's not that old. About how synchronicities, like he coined the term synchronicities, and it's basically in connection to the I Ching. It's about like how we experience these, you know, unexplained coincidences that have no rational reason for like happening. He explains them by like, we are all connected to this greater natural order of like the world. And it's very cool. And like the day before, like it's also synchronicity that I learned about that this term after like you guys have been like, Craig has been like all alarms, you know, like, ooh, the order of the world, you know, world order as opposed to natural order of the world. But you should look into it.
Before you play that other message, there's an app, if you're curious about it, for the I Ching. I have it on my phone, actually.
Oh.
And what does it do?
So basically, it's like a divination app, or it's like a divination tool. How you use it in real life is you'll like ask a question kind of like to the oracle, who's not like a person, but like the universe. You toss these like special coins that you have or that you purchase. And then depending on like the order of like heads or tails, it will give you a kind of you look in the book and it will tell you like, okay, so if you got like this order, this is what it means. And then it will tell you like the answer to the question that you asked. So like, for example, I'll do it now. So like, here's the app. So like it has virtual coin toss. So I'll be like, I'm going to ask like, what do I need to know about this thing that I have tomorrow? I'm being general because I don't want to say it. So then it says tap the coin 6 times to consult the I Ching. So then I'll just like, any way I feel in my heart to tap, I'm tapping.
Or you just pick random ones?
Yeah. So then I tapped and then I got 2-2. So then I'll see what that is. And it's called the receptive is what it is. And it says,
Ooh.
bear with things as the earth bears with us by yielding, by accepting, by nourishing. The receptive is the complement to the creative, the dark which is illuminated by light, the earth which receives the blessings of heaven, the vessel which then it cuts off. So I have to Google it. Hold on.
You have to pay 99 cents to subscribe to the app.
Most of them have the full thing, but some of them I ching. But you can just Google what the
That's
cool.
interesting.
I like that. I'm gonna download
yeah. Hold
it.
on, but now I'm curious
fun.
as to what it is because I want to know what it says. Okay, reaction is how you defend the past against the future. Take rest. A field that has rested gives a beautiful crop. So basically, I think this is about
Oh.
patience. Reading at a glance. Oh, wow. Yeah. Kuhn calls for a period of patience and reflection. Where you may have been reactive in the past, it is time to learn how to be responsive. Reaction is a defensive position to uphold the known, while responsiveness is open to unknown. So it's basically about being patient and being okay with the unknown. Are you seeing how life speaks to you? Remove preconceptions and judgment. Interesting. Okay. So that gives me some insight into the receptive is the womb holding the energy of attraction by way of intention that requires the development of sincerity and patience.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So anyways, there's this app that you can get if you're curious about the I Ching or the Book of Changes, and you can just do it on your phone and you ask it questions and then, whatever. Okay, you can play your other voicemails now.
There you have it. This is the same. This is part 2.
Hello, it's me again. I'm both hanging my head in shame and I'm also out of breath. So
Everyone's out of breath.
I don't know if I needed to call back. I don't remember if I was done. Oh, I actually do have a story, like a synchronicity story that I think it also might be a little bit of a bummer, but it's like kind of nice. So my grandma's from this really small town in Arkansas, and like 81 people when she lived there. It's just like, dirt road, super small. Her brother's wife, my great Aunt Bernie, she always said this thing when my sister and my mom and my grandma and I, we went like on a little trip when we were younger to go visit Hattieville, it's called. And shout out to Hattieville, Arkansas. I would die if someone listened. There's like no way because they're all old now. Like they're not going to be listening to this. Anyway,
how do you know?
But if you are, I'm Miss Bernie's great niece. And so basically, she used to say this thing like, "Oh, we're passing the devil's hole. Put your hand over your heart, girls." I can't do that accent as well as like my mom, but whatever.
No, that's good.
It's very cute. So like my mom and I, my sister, like sometimes when we're like passing like something inane in like our daily lives, like, oh, it's the DSW, put your hand over your heart, girls, like it's a joke. So I was
That's what guys say when they see my vagina.
Somewhere, and I was like, oh, that's that place we bought that chair for our room. Put your hand over your heart, girl. Put your hand over your heart, girls. And that day, I didn't hear about it till the next day, but that day she died in her sleep. Miss Bernie did. Very sad, but she lived a beautiful life and she died peacefully. Like, so happy that she died that way and it wasn't like a terrible thing.
Wow.
But it was crazy. Like, I was like, there were 2 times where it wasn't referencing it to my mom. I was referencing it to my friend who doesn't know that reference, and I didn't explain the reference. She just let it go because sometimes I say weird shit, and that's our thing. But like,
you're memorializing
it
her
was
without
wild
knowing
to
it.
me. Like,
Weird.
I feel like that's happened with like a couple like people who have died in my life. Like, I'll have like I'll say something, or I'll have like an unwarranted emotional reaction to something. And like just kind of feel a little down before it even happens, like even if it's random. It was just crazy, because I had also like made it like I'd also like said her husband's, Miss Bernie's husband, who.
There's the last part.
This is for the web crawlers again, and I was not going to call back. This is the third in the row, and I wasn't going to call back because it's incredibly embarrassing. But you know what? I broke a record today, and I'm proud of that. And also, I don't fucking care. You don't have to play any of it. Whatever.
I'll fucking care.
Whatever. You're better than me. Anyway, that's my. my story. I guess I should finish it really quick, but like I said her husband's name, who I had never even met, like the day before. I said, "Put your hand over your heart, girls." It was random. Like it didn't, My friend was like, "What's the boy's name that starts with B?" Because she's doing the Sims 100 Babies challenge. And she was like, "Oh, what am I going to do when I get to V?"
What the fuck
I
is
said,
that?
Virgil.
What is it? The Sims?
It's just interesting, Synchronicity. It's not so scary. You guys should make that a shirt and then put it like a thunder jacket and put it on Craig. Okay, I'm glad I called back for a third time. That was pretty good. Okay, bye. I love you. Hong Kong.
The 100 Baby Challenge is a challenge in the Sims community where a female Sim gives birth to 100 babies in as few generations as possible. In the span of a decade, it has gone from a simple forum idea to one of the most popular challenges in The Sims, inspiring popular YouTubers and a huge digital entertainment companies such as BuzzFeed to produce related content. What?
I all of a sudden have never wanted to play The Sims more. Like I'm like going to download The Sims right now because I'm watching a video now about like how The Sims. I haven't played The Sims since like 1999. But
Same.
I really want to play The Sims right now.
What was that? Remember that like
Neopets?
There was a video of like a woman, like it was all like in this digital world. And you play these characters.
Oh no, that was something Maria showed us. That weird,
that's
that
my
weird
favorite
other
video of all
world or
time.
something.
With arms wide open.
Yes.
That's Second Life. That's the Second
yes.
Life, and that was a video of a beautiful Second Life birth. To Creed singing with arms wide open.
We need to do a mini episode or a Patreon episode of this Sims 100 Baby Challenge and Second Life.
It's
wow,
so crazy.
So do they
I'm
have
gonna play The Sims.
intercourse on The Sims?
I'm so into The Sims right now. I can't even tell you guys. I like want to.
I like
play
SimCity.
Is The Sims free?
And there probably is a free version. So it's just people like, writing down names.
Well, I just
so confusing.
Wow. Well, if you're playing The
today.
Sims, if you're doing The Sims 100 Baby Challenge, please email in and let us know because, like,
Yeah.
I mean, this is our new thing, I think. Oh, wow. Wait, here's something. I am the original writer of the Sims 4 version of the 100 Baby Challenge. Wow.
What?
Here, I'm sending this to the group chat because maybe we need to have this person on.
What?
Yeah, someone needs to come on and tell us about The Sims.
And there's like all these rules.
I'm so confused. What is this?
I honestly don't know. And then there's something about the occult that has to do with this.
What is happening?
A cult themed challenge. And then there's like a little badge you can.
It's like a challenge to give birth to 100 baby Sims within like...
The Sims is only $5. I don't understand.
How do you have babies in Sims world?
The matriarch has to be impregnated by different people each time. They can't be the same donor, it says.
And do they have Sim sex?
I don't know.
Or is it just like a button
Sim
you
sex
press?
marriage?
Sim sex marriage?
Do Sims have sex?
Oh. What? I'm so
it's
confused.
called Woohoo. Well, Woohoo is an interaction used in the Sims series, starting from The Sims 2 as a euphemism for sexual intercourse. While Sims can woohoo without trying for a baby and without risk of pregnancy, the try for baby action is also considered a woohoo. A woohoo is a special event in a Sim's life in The Sims 2. How do you get laid in Sims 4? God.
I remember in The Sims, you would like, if you tried to kiss someone before like they were ready, then they'd like push you away. But then you'd kiss and it would go, duh. It would play that like sweeping music. Do you remember? And then that
I
would
actually
mean
don't think
that
I ever played The Sims.
I never played The Sims.
you guys
so I
are
don't know.
crazy. The Sims.
I did Neopets. Didn't you ever do Neopets?
Nanopets, you mean? Neopets or
No.
nanopets?
Neopets.
I never played. Was that a game?
It was like an online game thing with these pets, and they had their own world, and it was like
Whoa,
really
I
crazy.
never played that. Whoa.
Oh my God, it
No.
was so fun. There was this like whole community. They looked a lot different than they look on this website now, because like now all cartoons, like they did to Miss Frizzle, they make them look so.
Oh my God, I remember building my house on The Sims so well. Oh my God, I want to build a Sims house. You guys, as soon as we hang up, I'm like becoming a Sims addict.
Isn't that like what Animal Crossing is now? You can build your own island.
Yeah, but that looks all like digital. This, you like really got to
Yeah.
build your house.
Remember The Sims, that game where you can make digital humans have jobs, fall in love, then pee their pants, commit suicide, and haunt your swimming pool?
Yes.
You can do that
I remember
in The
all
Sims.
that.
Haunt your swimming pool?
I'm going to
Commit
send you guys
suicide? You can...
This is what playing The Sims looked like, you guys. I'm sending you a video. This was what it was all about. This was literally hours and hours of my time would be spent.
Well, maybe can you like play The Sims on Twitch? Maybe we should start playing The Sims
Oh
or
my
Second
God.
Life on Twitch.
Yes.
I've never played before. It could be kind of fun. Do you write the dialogue, or does the dialogue just like happen?
The dialogue writes you, man.
Wow.
No, it's like they don't talk. You just like life goes on and you just live your life there.
You just live your life. You meet people.
And
you
your
have
kids
Sim
grow
sex.
up and stuff. Your kids grow up and
Ew.
stuff.
Well, I can hardly like maintain my own life, so I don't know if I have time for another virtual one, but I would play it if there was some sort of incentive. All right. Well, per usual, if you are a therapist and know about the laws of disclosure, if you play The Sims, if you have any synchronicities, or if you just want to chat and don't give a fuck, please call us on our phone number. You know where to find it. I am Allie, SimCity Seagull.
I am Melissa Woohoo Stetton.
And I'm Maria Sim Addict Blasucci.
Okay.
Adios.
Bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by Acast.